And so if you can have different income streams coming in while you're in graduate school, you're going to put yourself in a really good position after graduate school to pay off those student loans and to actually maximize on your earnings as a psychologist. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a couple different tips and things that you guys can look forward to in terms of putting them into practice and seeing if you can increase your income streams through these methods. What is up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Sarpon. This is Phil's Guide to PsyD. This channel is dedicated to all things psychology, wellness, and graduate school. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can get the bag, how you can increase your income stream while you are in graduate school. Not after graduate school, not before graduate school, but while you are in graduate school, how you can increase your income stream. Now, this is really, really important because you already are dedicating time to school, to coursework, to clinical rotations, to dissertation, to research, to a whole lot of different things. And so you are going to have to figure out what exactly you can do in terms of spending your time specifically in order to really maximize basically making money. And the reason that this is so important is that most students are taking out student loans. And not that that's a bad thing, but the more student loans you take out, the more obviously that it's going to take you longer to pay them off. And so if you can have different income streams coming in while you're in graduate school, you're going to put yourself in a really good position after graduate school to pay off those student loans and to actually maximize on your earnings as a psychologist. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a couple different tips and things that you guys can look forward to in terms of putting them into practice and seeing if you can increase your income streams through these methods. The most obvious way to increase your income stream is by getting a part-time job. Now, a lot of students in clinical psychology programs will get a part-time job. It's actually very common, especially in your first year. You typically have a little bit more time to dedicate to yourself in terms of if you want a part-time job or not. In fact, most cohorts, the majority of cohorts will actually spend a significant amount of time having a part-time job in the first couple years. A lot of times that's because in your first year, you haven't started your clinical rotations yet or your practicum settings. And so you have a little bit more time, let's say 16, 20 hours to dedicate to a part-time job while you are going through your first year in your program. Now, I'm not necessarily recommending that you get a part-time job right away. I think it's really important that as you start out clinical psychology school, you want to get a feel for the type of pressure that you might be under to get assignments done and to get presentations, and you really want to do well in school. That is your first priority. And so maybe you want to test out the first couple weeks just to see if you feel like you can manage a part-time job on top of your schedule in school. And so I think that would be a great way to test it out and to see if you can really actually go into this. Now, I've done videos before in the past about what type of part-time jobs you can do. There's a lot of people that will be either waiters or waitresses. There will be people who work in the library. There will be people that will work at the school gym. There will be people that will have their own independent practices. Sometimes there's a lot of counselors and clinicians who are already licensed as therapists who will have an independent practice that they can have a part-time job. Hospitals will have behavioral technicians. If you're looking specifically for in-house graduate school positions, paid positions, research assisting is really common. Teaching assistant is really common if it's not already incorporated into your program. So those are just a number of different things to kind of get the ball rolling in terms of a part-time job. But it is very possible, especially in the first couple years. The second, third, and fourth year gets a little bit tricky because your schedule starts to pile on in terms of dissertation and research and in your clinical settings as well. So that's one thing to be aware of. The next income stream is going to take a little bit of work, but you could potentially gain some money with a blog. Now, What's been cool is that I know a lot of students have started a blog while they're in graduate school, and they're basically posting about their experiences in graduate school. So it serves as sort of an online journal that they can record all of the things that are meaningful for them and important for them as they go through graduate school. But they can also potentially make some money off of that as well. Now, you may already have to have some experience in terms of marketing, putting it on social media, figuring out the Google Analytics, all of those different things. But if you already have a a sizable following on social media, that might be a really great way to get some followers and subscribers to your blog and start making some money either from advertisements or maybe even some affiliate linking that you can put into your blog. So that is a great opportunity for you to not just actually get some fulfillment in terms of recording your progress throughout graduate school, but also to have a means of income in terms of people getting onto your site or being able to get some money from the advertisement links. All right, so the third thing that you can do is something called virtual assisting. Now, this is a position that essentially almost anyone can do. It doesn't mean that you have to be in graduate school, but being in graduate school will help you to actually get some positions in this field. Essentially, what a virtual assistant is that you can work from anywhere, and a lot of companies or even independent practices will need virtual assistants. You might have to do some paperwork, you might have to do some filing or some organizing, or maybe figure out different schedules for people in the practice. But virtual assisting is a great way, not only something to put on your resume and your CV, but also a great way to make some extra income on the side. And so if you already have some experience, maybe as a case manager, maybe as a previous supervisor for a job that you were working in, maybe you're really tech savvy, maybe you were possibly a clinical informatics specialist and you were working on the tech side or the IT side, becoming a virtual assistant and having that be a part-time position that you do on the side is great because it has flexible hours. As I mentioned, it's virtual, so you don't have to commute anywhere in person to that. And it actually can also make some really great money on the side as well. You could work anywhere from 15 to 20 hours a week, make your own schedule, and be able to get paid for that position. The last way that you can increase your income stream is by selling a course. Now, this might seem really non-tangible, really difficult, but I promise it's actually not as bad as you think. There's a lot of different websites that you can sell your courses, and this is for all of those people who have some type of talent. If you have a talent, a skill, maybe you're a musician, maybe you are a book writer, maybe you are a photographer, whatever skill set that you have, you should be able to try and make some money off of it. And there are probably people in the world who will want to learn about your skill. If you are an incredible photographer and you make a course on photography 101 and the basics of photography, you can make some money off of that, whether on Teachable or Udemy. What works great about this is that if you already have a blog and you make a course, you can put that course onto your blog and you can share that with the world. The great thing about this is that it is entrepreneurial in a sense, in terms of you having to try and figure out some marketing strategies to get your course out there, but it can also actually lead to a really great income stream for yourself that is a little bit more passive, right? Because once you make the course, all you have to do is put it on the platforms, and there will be people that will periodically log on to your course that you've already set up for those students. So that is a great way to make some money on the side. It's fairly achievable, especially if you have some type of skill set or talent or gift that you feel like you can share and benefit to somebody else. All right, so those are my tips for increasing your income streams, guys. So 2 of those things were things that you have to do fairly on a weekly basis, right? The virtual assisting as well as the part-time job. But the other 2 things were a little bit more passive, right? Because I wanted to give you guys some opportunities to think about some passive income as well, because the passive income can grow periodically over time, exponentially over time, and really help you because you put in the work in the beginning and it can actually make some profit for you while you're doing something else. And so that's the one great benefit of passive income, and that is specifically with the blog and selling a course. You put a lot of work into the blog in the beginning, you put a lot of work into selling the course, and then hopefully over time, as more traffic is building into it or as more people are buying your course, you will start to make more money over time exponentially throughout the years. And so those are just 4 ways to kind of increase your income stream. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, put it down in the comment section below. But with that, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.